Hello, morning viewer. Welcome back to my channel, Hocantalk. Now, today I'm going to do another video to introduce another topic, financial topic to you all. It's called ship finance or ship financing or shipping finance. So again, my video will be presented in both languages, both English and Chinese. And for those people who want to listen to Chinese, then you can wait for my Chinese video to be uploaded, usually one day after the English video. Okay, so again, before I start my video, I really hope that you can subscribe so that you can support my effort to bring you more interesting video. And you, from all the knowledge that you gain from my video, you'll be good for your financial, for your own career development and also for your general knowledge. Okay, likewise, marker and paper format so that I can spend most of the time to teach you everything regarding today's topic, ship financing. Okay. Now let's look at the first slide, ship finance. Now again, do not be worried by this big term like ship financing as if it's something very complicated. Again, it's just financing, all kind of financing, including loan, syndicated loan, which I've covered in my previous video, or all kind of financing arrangement for a vessel, for a ship, or including construction, pre-order, post-order, post-construction, and before construction. So all the financing regarding shipping industry group is under we group under ship financing, but very much it's just a financing arrangement for all the vessel. Now if you look at the second slide, shipping finance can be for all stages of the shipping industry, shipbuilding industry. It can be during the construction stage, it can be during the trading stage, meaning that when they're buying and selling a second-hand vessel. Number three can be on the fleet expansion, because for example one ship owner want to expand the fleet and he need financing to buy more boats or buy more vessel. Refinancing, for example, a vessel has been financed at a higher loan rate, higher interest rate, but now maybe suddenly the interest rate drop, or because of the global economy is doing better, the freight rate is increasing, and because of that the ship owner has better bargaining power, they want to refinance the loan to get a lower interest rate because of improved cash flow. So this is called refinancing. The last one will be working capital. So the operating of a vessel on the day-to-day to pay salary, to buy fuel, and all these things also need financing. So again, ship financing, nothing complicated. It's a financing arrangement for just like to a company, to a business, but is in this case is financing pertaining to every aspect of ship operation, including construction to daily operation. Let's look at the next slide. The next slide is give you a very good structure, overall structure of how ship finance work, how the owner protect themselves, how the lender protect themselves, what kind of structure they use whenever they want to finance a ship. So you look at that, in the middle of the chart is a ship, and then there's a special purpose vehicle used to own the ownership of the ship, and then behind the SPV will be the owner. In order to limit the liability involved, all the owners will incorporate one SPV per ship, so that if anything happened to the ship, for example the ship sunk, or the ship hit by missile, or the ship being hijacked by pilot, or the ship on fire or being destroyed, whatever purposes, the risk will be contained to that particular special purpose vehicle, and it will be contained. There will be no recourse or backflow to the owner of the SPV because of the legal structure of the SPV. It's just like a private limited company. The risk will be contained within the private limited company. It will not hit the shareholders of the private company. Now in this case, the investor, who are the investor? Sometimes bank also act as an investor because they have their own venture capital arm. A leasing company, which is an increasing trend recently, a lot of leasing companies, especially from China, like ICBC, Financial Leasing, Bank of Communication, China Merchant Bank Group, all these, they set up their leasing company, Bank of China likewise. And these are very aggressive leasing company. They come out with a lot of money to finance or take over ownership of ship and then lease back to the operator so that they can earn a steady revenue. Of course, traditional investors like venture capital, private equity, all these, they are all also common investor in the ship financing, including family offices. Now, when this investor put money into a ship, what do they look forward to? They look forward to return. They want to make money. So where do all this money that come from? It come from after the ship is being constructed. The ship will be used to earn freight rate, meaning that they move container, move goods or move oil from point A to point B and they charge a fee. Or they can also get income from charter, meaning they rent out the whole ship to someone and then they collect rental or charter fee. So the money, the income from these two proportion should be more than enough to pay for the interest and pay for all the financing costs plus the whatever costs associated with a ship. Anything extra will be the profit to the ship owner. And typically for a ship, the lifespan of a ship is about 20 to 25 years. After that, you become less efficient because the machinery are old and all this, and you will be scrapped. And the scrap value is about 10 to 15 million US, depending on what kind of ship. So do not be surprised that the lifespan of a ship can generate a few hundred million revenue for the ship owner. Gross revenue before deducting all these financing costs. So it's a very lucrative business. It's a very lucrative business for the ship owner when times are doing okay. Of course, there are some turbulent time whereby during wartime or during embargo, during sanction or during economic downturn, a lot of ships are not being utilized. They are empty and not enough goods or to be ferry across continents. So there are some cases like that. Or sometimes the ship owner are over geared, so they will go into financial difficulty. But generally, ship has always been a very good cash flow asset that generate a lot of return to the ship owner if the economic condition are normal and also the shipping company are managed properly. Now, why ship need financing? Oh, this is a very easily answered question because a ship, the cost to construct a ship is very high. Like the container ship, you need about 200 million just to build one. The LNG carrier is about 200, even more than container, is about 250 million just to build one. And for the normal VLCC, the oil tanker is about 120 million just to build one. So all these big ship or vessel need huge financing. That's the reason why there are specialized financial arrangement to help to finance all these vessels. Now look at the global ship finance market right now for those outstanding loan. I'm just talking about bank loan in the ship financing. Look at the current situation now for the year 2024. Until the year 2024. Now, if we look at the number in 2020, it was about 350 billion. But in the year 2023, if you look at the slide, it dropped to 300 billion, and in the year 2024, it further reduced to 290 billion. Does it mean there's a shrink in the global ship finance size? The answer is no. The reason why there's a drop in bank loan is because after the financial crisis in the year 2008, a lot of banks refused to lend because they actually face a liquidity crisis and all this. That's issue number one. Issue number two, a lot of banks think that the risk involved is getting higher and higher because of a lot of turbulence in the world economic situation. So they actually reduce their lending to shipping owner or shipping company. And also the third most important factor is there is a new lender called the leasing company. So like Chinese company become a very big leasing company to lend, to come up with a lot of money to own ship and then lease back to the ship operator to earn a regular cash flow. And so the third factor is the main contributing factor why the bank loan in global ship financing is reducing. Now, let's look at what type of ship financing is available to help a ship owner to finance from the construction of a ship, operating, leasing, working capital and what so forth. So the first one I put here is ship mortgage loan. This is very straightforward. Like you go to you get a loan for a property. Usually the loan value, the loan amount is equal to the valuation, the 70% of your property valuation, meaning the bank will not lend more than what 70% of your bank of your property valuation. Likewise for here, a ship mortgage loan, if the ship is valued at 100 million, the bank most likely will lend up to 70 million. This is called the loan to value ratio. So usually I put down here is 70%, and the duration generally is less than 12 years. So within a period of 12 years, bank will lend and then they either ask for installment repayment or bullet repayment at the end of the loan period. Now, the second one is quite commonly used, is called syndicated loan. This one I won't explain more because I've done a video called syndicated loan. So for those people who are interested to know what is syndicated loan, please refer to my previous video, which I've given you both languages explanation about what is syndicated loan. Now, ship leasing, this is a very new trend, especially for Asian player from China, from Hong Kong, from Japan. They are leaseor, meaning that they actually own, they come up money to buy the ship and then they lease out to ship operator and then they earn the lease income. It's something like a rental income, but in this case it's leasing. Now, leasing, there are generally two types. One is called operating lease, meaning that you lease to someone. After 20 years, that person who leased from you, who is a leasee, will return the ship to you, okay, without any option. Now, finance lease is that if you lease to someone and that person has an option to buy over the vessel at the end of the lease period. So there are two kinds of leases. So one is operating lease, one is a finance lease. The accounting treatment for these two leases are different, and which will result in different tax treatment. So that's the reason why sometimes certain ship owner will prefer to get operating lease, certain will get financial lease. Again, why they choose operation, why they choose financial is beyond the scope of this video. If you are interested, I will do another one. But again, please do subscribe to my video because it's really not easy to transfer my knowledge to you all. And without subscription, I really need some subscription. The fourth one will be generally used will be bond market. Bond market is something like IOU notes. So, but we can see increasing trend that they are doing green bond, meaning that bond, a lot of investors want to lend money through a bond to a ship owner, but they want the ship to conform to certain climate requirements to make sure that it's not harmful to the climate, it's green, it's sustainable, the operation is sustainable, like energy saving, engine and whatsoever. And let's go further on the types of ship financing. There's something called the export credit agency financing. These are a government-owned agency that actually give a very cheap loan to help a ship owner to own a boat. So that this type of organization has a certain policy objective, like promoting trade, promoting the economic standing of a certain country. So this is also one source of financing for the ship owner. In this case, like Korea, China, Exim Bank, Korea, Exim Bank, Norway, all have this government-owned agency. Now, the last financing source of financing often come from those traditional investors like private equity, venture capital, hedge fund, family offices, whoever think they have money to spend. Okay, so these are the main sources of the ship financing. Now, if you look at a structure for a ship, what kind of proportion of the ship is being financed? So I actually list down the next slide. I put down there the typical financing structure for ships. Usually the ship owner will come out about 30% of the money. So if the ship is cost 200 million to build, then usually the owner will come out 60 million themselves. Then the loan plus leasing plus bond, these three. Right now loan is still the majority, leasing is catching up, and then the bond through capital market issue bond is also catching up. These three it will be used in the mixture, and these three will add up the balance 70% to finance the construction, operation, and working capital of a ship. Okay, the next slide, I will put down all the top 20 ship finance bank in the world. But again, because there are so many names here, I will not go through in detail, but I will just let you see all these banks. You can actually do a screen capture. If you need to approach any of these banks, you can see their bank from Norway, bank from USA, Netherlands, Finland, German, UK, and Singapore. All the Singapore banks are major ship financing financier in the world. China also very strong. Japan, there are 3. Now in France, they also have 3. So these are the banks that you can approach if you want to source for ship finance. Now the next one will be, I also list down top 20 ship leasing company and finance company. So in case you want to lease a ship from all these leasing company, or you have existing ship that you want to dispose of, you can approach this leasing company. They will buy from you and they will also ask you to lease back the ship, because they are not the operator. They don't know how to operate a ship. Only you know how, only the ship owner how to operate or ship owner or the operator know how to operate the ship. So these are leasing company who count money, and then they take over the ownership of the ship, and then they lease back the ship to you, and they just hope to get monthly return through your freight or charter rate. Now, I also list down the 20, a lot of names here, so I won't go through details. You can take a screenshot, cut and paste this, so in case you need to approach any of these top 20 company, you can always Google their company name and reach out to them through their contact details on their website. Okay, now for ship ownership, now if you look at a lot of big shipping company in the world like MSC, the rest of the huge shipping giant company, typically 50% of the ship are owned by their own money, but the rest are on borrowed money. So this is a general situation right now among ship owner. So do not be surprised that you see companies so big, but yet half of their assets are actually on borrowed terms, meaning they actually borrow money to own all these assets. That's how they grow big. They do leverage, okay? Now, which are the top 10 ship owner and operator in the world? Again, these are all names. I give you some interesting figure. The number of vessels right now operating in globally is about 58,000 of them. That means the number of ship, container, VLCC, LPG, all kind of ship, vessel, bulk carrier, all these. Globally, there are about 58,000 of them. 58,000 of them floating on the all the oceans on Earth. Now, of all these 58,000, they are actually top 10 big owner company. So the first one is from Switzerland. I won't read out the name. You can go through the writing, the slide. So there's one from Denmark, from France. These are also China is also one of the top ship owner and operator. Germany, Taiwan, Japan, and Taiwan. There are two actually, if you can see from the slide. South Korea and recently this country has always been on the limelight. It's called Israel. Whether you like it or not, yeah, they are also one of the top 10 ship owner in the world. Now, when a ship need to register, so a ship also has, because remember earlier I mentioned a ship is owned by a special purpose vehicle. A special purpose vehicle is a legal entity that owns the ship. Okay, and behind this legal entity is an actual ship owner. So this legal entity can be incorporated in many countries in whatever country. But in this case, ultimately, the owner behind this SPV, I actually list down the top 5 countries because the owner belong to certain nationality. So who are these owner behind all this SPV company? I actually put down this slide here. So I put there the top 5 countries for ship ownership globally. So not surprising, Greece. Greece has always been always a strong owners of ship globally. I think they own about 19% of the fleet globally. So a lot of Greece family, they are ship owners. So 17% of the global ship is owned by them. Now for China, nationality is about 13%, mainly are state-owned enterprises. Japan is about 10%. Singapore, even though we are a small country, we have 6%, and Hong Kong is 5%. Actually, if you combine China and Hong Kong, they are bigger than Greece. They are about 18%. So if they include Taiwan, then it will be more. So again, this is the deployment or ownership, those people behind the special purpose vehicle, who they are. I put down there on this slide. These are the top 5 countries. Now, I want to talk about something called the flat or convenient. Because the SPV can be incorporated in certain place, and this place they always choose a country that is convenient to them. Convenient in terms of financial consideration. For example, the tax rate, the regulation regarding crew employment, because you need employed manpower to run the ship, the safety record or safety regulation of that place to register the ship, and the political situation, is it stable, is it not stable, and the cost of registration. So the SPV that own the boat can be incorporated into any of the country that offer a very transparent and trustworthy maritime legal system and tax system for this owner to incorporate the SPV in that place, so that the ship under this SPV will carry the flag of that country of registration. That's why it's called the ship registry. So if a ship is registered in Panama, then all the ship tax law, safety, crew regulation will be based on Panama law. If it registered in Cyprus, then you'll be based on Cyprus law. So this is called the flag of convenience. Just now the slide I talked about the ownership based on nationality, but now the owner of the ship can actually incorporate the special purpose vehicle in any country that they think is convenient, because from financial point of view it's more beneficial to them. They can earn more money. So this is what we call the flag of convenience. So there are another top 10 country for this ship registry, and you can see that a lot of these countries are actually tax haven or very low tax. I put down a few here. Again, I won't go through the names. It's quite straightforward, and Panama is of course ranked number the first one, 16, and you can see there are also other countries. You can do a screenshot if you want to remember all these countries. For simplicity, I just won't go through all of them. Okay, now we're coming almost to the end of the video. The last slide, I will talk about something very crucial in ship finance. All ship finance, all the lender require there must be ship insurance, because shipping is a very dangerous kind of a business model, in the sense that you sail across the ocean, you can meet into storm, it can be attacked by pirates, it can be attacked by missile, it can have fire hazard, all kind of risks involved. Weather, or you can be missing in action. So all the lenders, all the ship owner want to pass on the risk to someone else, so they will buy insurance. This is called the ship insurance. And I give you a snapshot of the ship insurance industry. Now, every year the premium that paid to insured ship is about 20 billion US every year. So there are some top insurance company which I will not name here. You can easily Google their name. And of course, the center of all this ship insurance is based in London. You can find all these insurance company there originate from UK, and they are very strong in providing this insurance to ship globally. So this is a must if you want to do ship financing, because no lender want to take risk. They will want the ship owner to incur some cost to pay for insurance premium in case anything happen to the ship. The insurance company will come up with the money to repay the lender or the owner. Now, what kind of premium need to be paid in order to get ship insurance? Generally, it's between 0.2% to 0.6% of the value of the ship. So if a container ship is valued at 200 million, then you multiply by 0.2 to 0.6%, then that will be the kind of annual premium that you need to pay to the insurance company to get everything in place, including ship finance. Okay, now today this will be the end of today's video. I just speed up my presentation because I heard that if I speed up the way I talk, then viewer might like it, so that they don't fall asleep. So that's the reason why I speed up the way I talk. I hope that you like it. And again, it's really not easy to do a video. It's not easy to put in all this effort to teach all the financial knowledge. So please do subscribe to my video and send my video to all your friends so that they can enjoy the video, learn from the video, and they can also subscribe to my video. Okay, so see you next time, next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.